Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Real Conversations with Nora. And I'm so excited today. You want to know why I'm so excited? Because I have my lovely daughter with me, Aminah Lawson. Aminah is a salon owner, a stylist, an author of the book, The Time Factor, which is totally amazing, beauty educator, and business coach and product developer. And our topic today is keeping it all natural. So, Mina, tell us a little bit about your company.
My company's called Crie Natural, and it is a natural and green hair and body product line that I developed. When I first got into the industry, there weren't any products on the market. Like it was very little available to hairstylists that were focusing on doing natural hair. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had to create my products so that I had things that I could actually work on, use working with my clients, and really feel comfortable and confident about what I was using on my clients. So that's where Crie Natural came from.
Okay. So, what made you go natural? What made you take your company natural? Other than the fact that there weren't any natural hair products on the line, there must have been other factors that caused you to take your company natural.
Well, first thing, what's funny is when I was in cosmetology school, I actually hated doing relaxers. They were like my least favorite service.
Really?
I couldn't stand them. Like it was just so much work. And I felt like I can do the same thing without relaxing someone. And so that was the first thing. Like I just it used to grieve me to have like just have a client out of getting a relaxer because I'm like, I can really do this without a relaxer. So that was the first thing. And then probably let me see, I've been in the industry now for here's 16, 17 years.
Wow.
I've been in the industry for 17 years. So it had to be like maybe about 7 or 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
For me, decision making is very spiritual. And so I
Mm-hmm.
just felt God was like telling me to stop doing relaxers. And interestingly enough, that feeling and that pulling started to happen when the industry was shifting toward it was like right before the industry shifted to what we see now. So it may
Mm-hmm.
have even been longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
But that like being natural was still like really, really new. And I
Mm-hmm.
just felt like God was like telling me not to do relaxers anymore.
Mm.
Talked it over with Tyrone, and he was like, well, you know what? Give it 6 months and see what happens. And so, interestingly enough, after I started to say, I'm thinking about going natural and removing relaxers, a lot of my clients were like, oh, I've actually been thinking about not getting relaxed anymore. Or I was thinking about getting locks. Or what do you think about me not,
Mm.
straightening my hair with a chemical anymore? So it just kind of went that way once I made a decision that that's what I was going to do.
What about your customers? How did they respond? Because that might have been some of your customers felt that way, but there were a lot of customers that like a perm, make your hair straight. They like a certain look. So how did you help them to see the importance of making that change? What were their thoughts about you making that change? Because obviously, like I said, your perms and that look, that women like to have. And not everybody wants to go natural. And so just what are those customers, how do they feel about that?
Well, first thing I helped them to understand relaxer free didn't mean they had to wear their hair in a curly or natural state. That's not what I was offering. What I was offering was chemical free services. So that was the first thing that I really explained to people.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, that was very hard for them because they thought that they had to have a relaxer in order to have their hair straightened. And
Mm-hmm.
so I had to kind of nurse them through it. And I'm gonna be honest, I lost some clients because of it. But
Wow.
what I gained was far more than, those clients that I lost. I'm gonna be honest, when I first back then, during the summertime, business would just slow down.
Mm.
And there were weeks where I was lucky if I made $100 some weeks.
Wow. Wow.
Where now my business, I have like a 2 to 10 week wait to get an appointment with me.
Wow. Wow. So
So,
it was a transition, and you had to go through that transition, and that through that
absolutely.
transition, it wasn't necessarily easy when you go, because it's not easy when you have to go through a transition. There are things that have to happen. People have to adapt to the new way. So what
Right.
about, are you still able to give your customers that look, when they want their hair straight or perm, so that it looks like they have a perm? What
Um,
don't say it, but I mean, technically
yeah.
that's it because that's
Well,
what a hair
what
does.
they're looking for is like a smooth, polished look, and yeah, I
Mhm.
offer
I
that.
like that.
Like I said, for me, it's not about the relaxer as much as it's about the technique. And
Mhm.
so I think a lot of my clients are confident in my service and my technique. And so one of the things I love about Salon Crie is that we offer versatility. So whether you are a straight natural or a curly natural,
Mm,
we're here to help you. And so
mm,
we have clients that they only wear their hair straight. Like they're
mhm.
not even interested in any other service. And then I have clients that only wear their hair curly, and then I find that I'm able to completely offer them, regardless if they wear it curly or straight, offer them the service that they're looking for, and really the finish that they're looking for, because that's really the thing that most concerns most people is like, is it going to be presentable? Is it going to be polished? Is
Mhm.
it going to be something that I can, wear in a work environment? And so where we come in is we offer them the ability and the versatility to go back and forth and wear those polished looks, like you mentioned. So.
Right. Okay, so have you developed any products that will help them through this transition? I know you have, and so tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about your product line.
So again, I mentioned to you Crie Natural, which is my hair and body product line. So interestingly enough, when it first came out, it was just the hair and body line. And it initially it was just our hair and body wash, which is our hair and body wash here, and our hair and skin conditioner. Were those are our flagship products that we came out with. And so those were really for like hair health and skin health when we came out
Mhm.
with that. And so as I started to really pick up and focus more on what, not necessarily focus more on, but create other services that I needed products for, I created what we call our moist hair system.
Mhm.
And this is one of our products, which is our moist hair detangling spray,
Mhm.
and our co-wash, which is it's a cleansing conditioner. So it's a conditioner in texture and feel, but it actually has what we call a surfactant, which is a cleansing system built in within it. So you can kind of do everything in that one step. I can condition and I can cleanse with that one step. And so we created the whole entire system to be able to use on clients, just really depending on the service that we're providing them with.
So go back to those two products. The spray one is that a detangle? What
Yes,
is
it's
that
our
called?
detangling spray.
When I tell you your niece loves that product, she used to cry, cry. So if you have little girls out there who cry when
Good.
you comb their hair, after you wash their hair and comb their hair, I mean, she would be screaming at the top of her lungs. If anybody came by, they would thought something was going. We probably would
Someone was getting her.
abusing her. But she absolutely positively loves it. It's made a major difference in her mom combing her hair out. And I mean, I never hear her. She said to me a couple of weeks ago, she said, "Oh, I don't do that anymore. Now that, basically now that she has a new product." So, okay, good, good, good. So that really helped with her. And I'm sure a lot of your customers felt the same way.
Yeah, that, and then they like it too. Like when I wear my hair curly and it's not really time to shampoo it, I'll just kind of spray this in and it reactivates. So it's a multi-purpose product. The main thing that that system does is to add moisture to the
To the
hair.
hair. Okay, got it. Got it.
Most people who are natural, they're on it, and so the moist hair system assists our clients with those things.
Okay, good. And do you feel that going natural is just a fad? Because we've been here before, that when you've done something once, it goes away and then it comes back again. So we have been here before where people were wearing natural. I mean, now you're seeing stylists wear their hair natural. You're seeing stars, movie stars, entertainers. Everyone is going natural. It's basically
Yeah.
going natural. So
Um.
you think it's a fad, or you just think do you think it's here to
No,
stay this time?
I definitely think so. Well, for me, I know that it is. I think about the fact like we didn't get relaxers. We used to get our hair pressed.
Mhm.
I think I was 26 when I got my first relaxer,
Mhm.
and that was after I had to hear. And I only get it in person. I had to have that hair, get a relaxer to get that cut. But I was raised, raised us not having relaxers. So
Right.
I didn't really feel the need to have one. So for me, it's definitely just like our lifestyle. But in
Mhm.
terms of like the culture, I just feel like people are more accepting of themselves, and they're not necessarily allowing society and the culture to define, what's pretty and what's beautiful. And so because of that, I don't feel like it's a fad. And at this point, I've been practicing as a relaxer free stylist for at least 10 years. So I
Wow.
feel like at this point, like it's
No
not
fad,
going anywhere.
no fad, no
No,
fad.
and you know what? And I feel like a lot of Black women, when they're dealing with things like hair loss and breakage, I feel like that has also really shifted the culture to realize that maybe the chemicals and the ingredients that are being used on our skin are not the best products and not the best ingredients, and maybe not so healthy. And so I feel like that alone is also because people are just more conscious of the ingredients and the things they're using. And so that I believe that has also shifted people away from um, chemicals into wanting to embrace a more natural lifestyle.
Wow, that's awesome. So who makes your product now? Do you make your own product, or do you have it manufactured somewhere else? Who does that for you?
So I've always manufactured probably about 75% in-house anyway. So we were always making everything except for I think it was like
Mhm,
two products we were not. And
mhm.
so just this year I actually received a diploma in certification to become a product formulated developer and manufacturer. So now I manufacture everything in-house. So uh,
Wow.
yeah, so now we make all of our products in-house.
Right. And with doing that, and in that fact, and with doing that, are you able to not only do it for yourself, but for someone else? If someone came to you and say, you know what, I have a really great idea for a product, a natural hair product. Would you be able to do that for them? Are you
Oh
capable?
yeah, yeah. That's something that we're actually working on. In fact, I just sent out two agreements today for two products. It's actually a stylist in Georgia, and then a company that's starting up in DC. They needed some help getting a product line launched, and so I was able to help them with that. I was able to
Wow.
help them to figure out, what they were looking for in ingredients, what type of product they wanted to create. And so I'm able to kind of come in and coach them through that process. And if they're not in the position where they can even make the product, we'll do that for them and fulfill the product for them. So,
And wouldn't you say that that really is an open doorway for a lot of people who just have these great ideas, but go to people and it's like it's off the chain expensive, or people, and we know this happens in business. That's why you have to be careful who you connect with. If people will say that they're capable of doing something,
right,
when you find out later they're not capable
right,
of doing it at all.
right.
How does that make you feel as a person who a manufacturer? Because that's what you are, a product manufacturer. How does that make you feel that you're able to accomplish that for them?
I think the first thing, it just makes me feel set apart. I feel like it definitely creates a space for me where there aren't a lot. Like in North Carolina alone, there are no Black female manufacturing companies.
Wow.
And so,
Female, female, and
and
that's
so,
right.
so that, that just alone makes room for me. And then it really excites me to be able to provide other companies that are starting with some of the
Mhm,
resources that I didn't have when I was getting started. I just kind of had to figure it out.
mhm,
And, it was a lot of hit and miss. It was a lot of trial and error. And
mhm,
so, the wonderful thing that has been really great for me is to be able to help a company create a product, develop a product, and then do it like really in a short amount of time.
mhm.
A lot of the products that I've worked on with people, I've been able to sit down with them and get, at least finalize a product within a matter of months. And so that's just a very encouraging, and it just feels really, really good to
Great
just help
feeling.
people
Yeah.
to be able to do some of the things that I couldn't do. I mean, if I had someone like me 10 years ago, I probably would be further along, but
Mhm.
now I want to be able to be for people what I didn't have when I got into the industry.
What you said was so amazing, that you're able to help other women, or just companies, doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, just companies start their product line, having a great product line. But this is what's so amazing. I was reading something the other day. I'm always looking for statistics, because statistics are numbers. I'm definitely my mother's daughter. I'm just totally a person. And trillions. I think it was 1.9 trillion, something crazy that women who are in business, women who are in business, business owners, that much more that we contribute to this country. And so it's so important. That's why we started Business Women on the Move for God, showing women that you can start a business. And you're proof of that, a good example of that you at one point were not manufacturing your own company, but through frustration of dealing with somebody again, who said that they could deliver something. And sometimes people get jealous when you're growing too big or you're growing fast and they see you're growing. I mean, it's terrible that people think like that. But the fact that you were able to say, you know what, I'm going to take a class and I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to do this myself. And I'm sure that there's great, great, great success ahead of you. And so excited for you. And so I want women to know that there is nothing impossible for them and that they too can start a business, just like you started your business with doing natural hair and deciding that you wanted to be a natural hair stylist and salon owner. So that was totally, totally amazing. But Aminah, I want to thank you for being our guest today on Real Conversations with Nora. And I know our audience is interested in how they could purchase your book. Here's your book right here. Now, it might look a little funny because we're on a green screen.
Why are you telling your business? Just
But anyway, this is her book. It's The Time Factor. And so also, how do they purchase your product? Let them know how they can go and purchase your product. What do they have to do? Share with them how to follow you and how to get more information about your product and also purchase your book.
So you can actually purchase The Time Factor at AminahLawson.com. Just click The Time Factor. And you can also pick up our products at Crie Natural.com. And we ship pretty much domestically right now. We're not shipping internationally. So domestically, you can purchase our products through the site. You can also follow us on Facebook at Aminah L. Lawson on Facebook, and Crie Natural on Facebook, and at So Crie on Instagram, at Salon Crie on Instagram, and at Aminah Lawson on Instagram.
Wow, thank you so much. And so again, Mina, thank you so much for taking the time and to share with people what it means to go natural, because I'm sure there are still a lot of people who want to go natural, but just are not confident in making that switch. So
right.
I want you to follow us on social media and Facebook, Instagram, and visit our website at bwotmfg.com and sign up for our weekly inspirational thoughts and quotes rather. And also we are having our conference this year, Business Women on the Move for God conference this year. And because of the pandemic, we are having to go virtual. And so it's just going to be amazing. You'll find out all of the information again on our website, which is bwotmfg.com. And we look forward to seeing you next Thursday on Real Conversations with Nora. Have a blessed day.